Even though you're dealing with the weight of the world, first off, the devil is a liar and he will be defeated. Oftentimes, y'all, the enemy, he comes to kill, to steal, and destroy. The enemy, he wakes up in the morning with an objective. And the enemy's objective, when he wakes up in the morning, his objective is to tear up everything that God has built up in you. But we as born-again believers, we have to become mature enough to understand that the enemy is on attack, but we have somebody that is on our side that has given us all of the weapons to be able to deal with the weight of the world. The devil's going to be here. From the time that you are smacked on the bottom coming into the world to the time that you are committed to the grave. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, and dust to dust. The enemy will always be here. But what's so interesting about the Bible, what's so interesting when you become kingdom-minded is God wants to know how well do you handle it when you feel as though you're weighted down. How well do you handle it? God says anybody can come to church, anybody can praise, anybody can worship, anybody can pray. But God says, I'm looking at each and every one of you all to try to figure out how well do you handle it when the weight of the world is on you. There are those of us that can be honest enough to say, you know what, Pastor? Around October, there are those of us, we're looking forward to the fall season. In the midst of fall season, we're inching towards the season of good eating, which is around November. And once we arrive in November, we're inching closer and closer and closer to see what Thanksgiving dinner is going to be at this year. And in the midst of trying to plan all of the things around Thanksgiving and thinking about that good eating, there's something that all of us can be honest enough to say. We can weigh ourselves a day before Thanksgiving. And then we can weigh ourselves the day after Thanksgiving. And all of us can come to the common knowledge that we have put on some weight. And then we take the mindset of after going through the Thanksgiving season and eating good and doing all of these things, then we take the mindset of December is just around the corner. And here we're faced up against another challenge because we just got to eat good in November. And then, by the time December come around, people get the baking cookies, they get the baking rolls. When December come around, you're getting ready to eat again. And then you go back to God, and true enough, you weigh yourself before Christmas Eve, and then after Christmas. And you find yourself again bogged down, and you have increased in your weight, and then you begin between the span of December the 25th until January the 1st. You come up with the New Year's resolution. And the first thing that you say, because you begin to understand that you have put on so much weight and you begin to feel tired and not have the energy because you're so weighted down, and then you begin to go to God again and you say to God, I'm going to start losing weight. Talk to me, church. I'm building. I'm going somewhere. Weight, y'all, has been designed. It's been designed to put mass on us. And I don't know about you all, but there are times in life when you feel like you got a lot of weight on you. Anybody ever been down that avenue, you feel like you got a lot of weight on you, and then you begin to talk to yourself, and you begin to ask yourself, what can I do as an individual to take some of this weight? I'm trying to help somebody on tonight. What can I do? I know Birdsong put it in there for y'all. What can I do? Even though it may be hearsay, what can I do to take some of this weight off of me? Then I'm asking again to wonder what's weighing me down? What is it? There are those of us that be honest enough to say, there are times in our life that we look forward to. You know how you have those stages in life, those that have raised kids and things like that, you have those stages that you look at in life that will bring about a smile and some relief and some release at the same time. And so then you begin to think, ooh, my daughter, my son, they're to this age, and now they're to the I think I'm grown stage, and they're 18, and you begin to automatically start thinking, now maybe my wallet can gain back a little more attention. Then you begin to think that after you have done everything that you can do, and after you have raised your kids with good morals and good values and things like that, you begin to think to yourself, my part is done. Man, I was thinking on today, I was thinking to myself, I said, it seems as if the tables have turned. I remember when I was grinding and working so that I would be able to do everything that I needed to do for my responsibility to make sure that my daughter's education and things like that could be worked out and everything would be all right. And you set a plan. And it seems like every time that you think that you get ahead, there's some more weight. But I had a moment, I had a flashback on today, and I thought to myself, I said, Lord, as you're preparing this sermon, as you're preparing this message for tonight, there is something that I can hold on to. And that thing that I can hold on to, Brother Marvin, is simply this. I remember my daughter shared with me, Daddy, when you turn 50 years old, I'm going to throw you the biggest 50th birthday party. So I have a few more years. And I'm looking forward to that. Because the weight will begin to be released. And that in which I had an investment in when I turn 50 will begin to show me some interest. I don't know about you all, but I'm excited. I'm excited, and I'm gonna hold that. I'm gonna hold her to that. But life sometimes, y'all, it weighs you down. Anybody ever been weighted? Oh yeah. I mean, when you just weighted down. Have you ever found yourself doing so much for everybody else that you neglect yourself? You just feel like you're waiting. Pastor trying to help somebody, not only himself on tonight, but he's trying to help somebody. Weight of the world, it'll weigh you down. But there's something very interesting that I want you all to receive on tonight. So we say to ourselves, as we've been weighted down, I don't know what your weight may be. You don't know what my weight may be, whether it may be physically, mentally, spiritually, or whatever it may be. As you are being weighted down with the world's weight, you begin to look back over your journey with God. And you begin to tell yourself, God, I remember the season that I was doing good. In the season that I was doing good, I stayed away from mess. Because I understand that mess can be contaminated and it stinks. And I understand biblically, God, I understand nobody's perfect. So I understand, God, even though I've been in mess before, I understand that you gave me a message out of my mess. But when the weight of the world seems to just drive you in different directions, you move from the mindset of messy people, messy situation, even though you got a message. So you move from the mindset of mess to ministry. Think about what I just said. As you mature in Christ, and I don't know about you all, is there anybody in tonight that can be honest enough to say that maybe you're like Pastor? You can't sit around a lot of messy people. That's it. I can't sit around ignorance and act like I don't see ignorance. Am I the only one? I mean, you can't sit around it. You can't dwell around it, because if you in the midst of it, if you sit in it, it will begin to get on you. Oh, so the Bible teaches us. Apostle John says, even though I'm in the world, I'm not of the world. I'm weighted down. I'm just weighted down. But maybe I need to understand, how do I deal with this weight that's just weighing me down? I mean, just weighing me down. How do I deal with it? God says you got to go into ministry mode. Have you ever thought about a situation that you've been in to where you almost forgot you were saved and you almost went there, you almost cussed that person out, you almost went back to your real ways, but then you begin to think of maybe a song makes no difference what you're going through. You're going to make, have you ever been in a situation like that to where your mess tried to come in your spirit, but you rebuked your mess and you automatically went to ministry? Let me help somebody on tonight. I don't care how much weight you got on you. Ministry will move you.
All right.
You hear what I'm saying? Ministry will move you. I remember in my household, I remember sharing, and it is what it is, man. You raise your kids how you want to raise them. And it's the same way that's always been with me. I've been y'all pastor for over 15 years. It was the same way when I was raising mine. I don't care what sister so-and-so or this person may let their kids do. I'm your father, not your friend. You ain't going with them. Amen. It's just what it was. But when you begin to understand what ministry is all about, you have the power over mess. What are you saying, Pastor? You got the power over what you want to deal with and what you don't want to deal with.
All right. And
the church says, amen. The power is in your hand. So the Apostle John, this is what he says. He said, look, you're gonna have mess. You're going to have messy people. That's the world that we live in. But he says, let me empower you to move from mess and the message to ministry and movement. Think about it this way. This is going to bless somebody tonight. What's weighing you down? What is it that's weighing you down? I had a talk with God. He was gathering. On today I was in devotion during lunchtime. I was talking to God and I said, God, why did I wait till I'm 46 to pick up more hours? Oh, I had a talk. You ever had a talk with God? Trying to figure this out, Brother Thurman. Why did I wait till I'm 46? Didn't got it? I'm jealous of you. You got some old deacons jealous of you too. I talked to them earlier. They jealous of you too. They say they're whacking you on in. Think about it. Look at your life. Why you working so hard, man? Your children is grown. Why you grinding like you grinding? And you say you like what you like? My children is grown. I done what I had to do. Why am I doing this? Okay, you got a new position. Pastor, you knew when you got that new position. Okay, you got new delegates that came with that new position. So it's going to cause more time. I'm about ready to give them the position back and their keys.
All right.
Because I live a simple life. It don't take a lot for me to live. I'm not like the Jones. I might not have the house that you got, but I got a house. Amen. And the church says, amen. So think about this. Why do we flip like that? We're supposed to be enjoying. I mean, gray hairs are coming up. What's going on? Think about what I'm saying. You remember when you told the stories about how we're gonna sit back and get old together? Now we can't even get old together because we're too busy. And your kids are grown. Huh? Somebody said to me, Pastor, what you gonna do? I said, what you mean? What I'm gonna do? Well, you getting ready to be a granddaddy. You just said it right. I'm getting ready to be a granddaddy, but Dre, Sean, and Marlisa are getting ready to be parents. It's not what I'm gonna do. Amen. Amen. What I'm gonna do is try to reduce some hours. Is what I'm gonna do. Amen, somebody. Amen. I already been thinking about how I'm gonna make my office bigger back there. Nicole, you might have to move over a little bit. I already been thinking about that. And make a little more room. But what I'm saying is simply this. Am I helping anybody on tonight? I know I'm gonna fall for it. It'll be all right. But think about it. How does it reverse? Have you ever thought about this? I know you have. You thought about the time that you had more money than what you got now, and you was a whole lot younger? Think about it. Don't try to keep up with the Joneses. Don't try to be like your family members. Do what God has given and designed for your life. Keeping up with the world will weigh you down. And y'all know we all have family members like that. Oh, I heard somebody got a new car. Okay, God bless them. They got a new note too. They got a new car and I'm looking for a cash car. My title and insurance. Ain't figured that one out yet. When you get a chance sometime this week, think about how long you've been driving, how long you've been paying insurance. Do the math and you'll be mad. Mm-hmm. Do the math. Think about it. But I'm dealing with the weight of the world. Listen, church, all of us have been weighted down by something, somebody. All of us. But it's not about the weight that you're carrying. It's how you deal with it. So how you gonna deal with it? You know what's good for you? What's not good for you? John said, man, I got some stuff going on in my life. He said, I feel like, he said, I got the world on me. He said, but even though life is rough, it's hard out here, and we all still have a lot going on, but the good news is that God is still God. If you don't get anything else out of this on tonight, I want you to leave with this on your heart. God is still God. Mm-hmm. No matter who you owe, what you're into, God is still God. You hear me on tonight? He's still God. Pastor, what do you mean? He's still God. In other words, he can handle it. Mm-hmm. He can handle it. All of us, we got our own different thing going on. All of us do. You got your weight, I got my weight, and they got their weight. All of us. There comes a time when you got to really look at it to see what's really going on. What's really going on? Okay, Pastor, I hear you saying that he's still God. He can handle it. I know you're going to throw out to me the Old Testament scripture. Pastor, I heard you say it many times that is there anything that's too hard for God? In other words, when you finish your prayer, and even though it's you against the world, before you say the words, amen, include this in your prayer. You can handle it. God, you can handle it. Can't let these children stress me out and have blood pressure. Take me out of here. You can handle it. I can't let these folk on the job. I can't let them run me crazy. You can handle it. I can't let baby daddy, baby mama situation just twist my head up. You can handle it. I can't let the church folk wear me out. You can handle it. But there's something very interesting about the text that gives me that guarantee that I can handle it. You know what it is? God told me in that text, I got something on the inside of me. It's in you. It's in each and every one of you all on tonight. From the youngest youth to the oldest adult. There's something on the inside of you. But you just got to recognize it. Recognize what's on the inside of you. Man, I went into tears when I pulled up. Nehemiah, I didn't see him. I started to pull out because I didn't know what was coming from the side of the truck. I told him, well, you better say something. You can't come on side this truck like this. And he pulled out in a hurry to come out there and help me and to grab my bag. And every time that he does, he sit there and he wait on me. And we have a conversation. But when I seen him in that ROTC uniform, I said, what you know about that? And just having a conversation. But when you can see a young man, what grade is he in? What grade is he in? 10th? 10th grade, when you can see a 10th grader come out of the church doors, want to grab his pastor's bag, try to get some knowledge, walk his pastor in, take his pastor's jacket off, anything I can do for you in the midst of being a youth. If I broke me down deep to see your son like that, then I had to look up to him. Guess what he done to me, Brother Terry? Oh, he hit me with it. I said, you're going to be all right. You're going to be, when a 10th grader's mindset is already on what he wants to do to use this to propel him to his next level of life, whether that means I got to go and I got to serve. I realize that this might not be the way. I'm going to go and I'm going to serve. I'm going to get the way paid, and then we're going to do what we got to do. Man, it made me feel good. Made me feel good. That's what I like to see. Tell that young man in here, you better make your mind up. Now is the time. Now is the time. 5th grade, 6th grade, you ought to be thinking your mind needs to be maneuvering. Not on PlayStation and all this other stuff, but your mind needs to be working. Amen. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. Amen. It ain't easy out here. It's hard. Amen. So when you can see things like that, and I mean, it almost just melted me. Made me feel like a marshmallow. To see and to hear this young man say this to me and felt proud about it. We deal with the weight of the world. But all of us got something in us. You got to figure out what the greatness is that God has put on the inside of you. You got to figure that out. If you deposit it, it'll grow up and it'll nurture. What are you saying, Pastor? The Bible says, train up a child in the way that he should go. And when he grows old, he will not depart from it. I remember getting slapped upside the head, sitting on the back row going to church. Oh, y'all got it made. Some of y'all, you too old to be falling asleep in church. Back in the day, the ushers didn't have that. Nod off if you want to. Thought you had an acorn on your head. Didn't play that. But you gotta want it. It's up to you. It's up to what's been instilled in you. What you gonna do? Recognize the greatness on the inside of it. Young men, young women, I share with you on tonight. Don't nobody owe you nothing, and ain't nobody gonna give you nothing. Amen. If they give you something, they expect a return on it. So if they're giving it to you, you don't need it. You work for it, where you'll feel good about it. Amen, somebody. Amen. So I'm weighted down. I'm dealing with this weight of the world. We can't do nothing about the world. It's just the world we live in. But there's something that we can do. It's called focus. It's called recognizing what's on the inside of you. I don't care what you've done, how bad it was. What separates the world from God after you repent? Accept him as your Lord and Savior. What separates the world from God is that God will forgive you. He'll cleanse you up. And he'll help you, and he'll love you. The world will still throw it up in your face and hold a grudge against you and then talk about you. I'd rather go with God than the world. But you have to recognize that there is something that's in me. What are you saying, Pastor? I've been feeling something. Something been bubbling in my spirit. Well, you got to try the spirit by the spirit, because my spirit been bubbling, but it's because I ate some Mexican food. So you got to know the spirit. Every bubble ain't the spirit. Amen, somebody. Amen. Every bubble ain't the spirit. Word teaches and tells us, count on crazy, that we got to try the spirit by the spirit to see if it's of God. You say that something is bubbling on the inside of you. If it's bubbling on the inside of you, go to God and ask God for direction. And don't do nothing until God tells you. It's bubbling. It's bubbling on the inside. It's bubbling. There are some of us we're not thinkers. We just act spontaneously. I'm a thinker. I always have been. You can ask me a question. I ain't gonna give you an answer right then. It's gotta go through the mind. That's just where I am. It's just always have it. I don't just do nothing spontaneously. Yes, it's got to. So I go through the mind. I mean, there were times my daughter would ask me for $10, $15, and Daddy, can you just give it to me and not think? Just give it to me. Let it go through the system, because I need to know if you ask me to give it or you borrow. Because borrow means intent to pay back. That's right. You know the rest of that story. But I recognize there's something on the inside of me. Let me ask this question on tonight. I'm just teaching. Has anybody ever felt good about yourself regardless of what people may see on the outside? Amen. If you felt good about yourself, get on your feet and give God some praise. Regardless of what people may think, regardless of what people may see on the outside. Have you ever thought about that? Now, this is what I want you to do. Go ahead and pat yourself on the back and then look up towards heaven and tell the Lord thank you. Amen. Bless him. Feel good about yourself regardless of what somebody else may think. There's something about you. Have you ever just smiled and felt good and didn't even know what you were smiling and feeling good about? But you just smiled and felt good at the same time. This when you really know you got it. When what you're smiling about and what you're feeling good about ain't got nothing to do with where you work, where you live, what you drive, and how much money you got in your account. I'm smiling just for God's grace and God's goodness. God covering me, God keeping me, God healing me, God giving me hope. God me knowing that God is a God that has a promises. That's what I'm smiling about. I'm smiling because I can raise my hand, I can jump up and down, I can put my hands together, I can feel, I can smell, I can see, I can touch. That's something to smile. Amen. Oh Lord. So here we are. He said, I know you waited down. He said, if it's me against the world or dealing with the weight of the world, I have to be excited that I at least have something in me. Here it is right here. The devil's job is to make you feel as though you don't have anything. Break it down, Pastor. Here it is right here. Catch it. You broke, but you're still blessed. All right. Mm-hmm. All right. Amen. You broke because in the world's view, you broke because in the world's view, your bank account is in the negative. But in God's view, in the kingdom eyesight, the cattle of 1,000 hills belongs to God. Amen. And you begin to understand that if you need it, God's got it. Amen. Am I helping anybody? Amen. The devil's main objective is to make you feel as though you don't have nothing. So what are you saying, Pastor? Even though I may not have what they have, look like they look, I still have something on the inside of me, and I recognize what it is. Help somebody, Pastor, been battling with low self-esteem. There's something about all of us. All of us. I ain't figured out why I waited till I get 45, 46 years old to start having an acne problem. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm going through the change. Somebody says, Pastor, it happens. It happens. Help me. Say, Pastor, it happens. It happens. Okay. So, somebody may be dealing with low self-esteem. Young folk, peer pressure. Somebody living on not enough. Somebody's living on just enough. And somebody's living on more than enough. But that person that's living on more than enough just won't do enough. But I want you to leave out this place on tonight knowing that God is enough. Amen. Did you hear what your pastor just said? Yeah. So even though there may be things going on around me. Right now, the biggest thing that everybody seems to be mad about is why they taking so much time with your money. Just wait on it. That's God's way of giving you a little more time. So after week after Easter, you'll still have a little piece of change. Just wait on it. Tell your neighbor, just wait on it. So I recognize that it's in me. Been battling with low self-esteem, peer pressure, the rest of it, all these issues and obstacles that come with it. But the main thing is for me to recognize that I still have something on the inside of me. And here it is. 10 minutes, I'm done. So I recognize that something is in me. But I'm battling with what it is. Anybody ever been down that road? You know it's there. You know it's there. But you just can't put your hand on it. One thing I love about life sometimes can be so crazy. And I know some of you all are thinking, man, he talking about some of the smallest stuff. But what you may think is small is maybe big to somebody else. Amen. Just the simplest thing of maybe not having any cash on you. But maybe you go through something that just came out of the trial. And you reach in the pocket and you found $16. Somebody shout, won't he do it? Yeah, think about what I just said. Won't he do it? Amen, somebody. Amen. And you wonder why maybe your sister or that significant other or somebody used to love washing your clothes because you were known for leaving some change in your pocket. Oh, don't worry about that. I'll wash them. Think about what I'm saying. Something that may be so little to somebody else may be big to you. But I just got to recognize what it is. And I'm battling, Pastor. I just can't put my finger on it. Do I have any? I can't put my finger on it tonight. You know what it is, but I just can't put my finger on it. But the scripture tells us that greater or greatness, it lives in you regardless of what's going on around you. There. Pastor, I've been in some messed up situations. I have too. That other pastor, that other bishop, that other choir member, that other usher, that other church, they go through issues. But it's not about what you're going through. It's about what you're taking with you while you're going through what you're going through. All right. What do you mean, Pastor? I'd rather have Jesus than silver and gold. All right. Baby, just take Jesus with you. I know you're going through. Just take Jesus with you and things will take care of themselves. Do I have any? It's got to get better. People in on tonight. You know what your situation is. You know what your status. You can't stand being where you're at, but you got to remain still because you know and you understand the power and the move of God, and it's got to get better. Amen. Let me help you out this way. You ain't going to receive it until you believe it. All right. What are you saying, Pastor? I got to believe more. That's what I got to do. I got to believe more. I got to take God at his word. So he prepared us, y'all,